Hey guys, Desolate Magic here, and we've got full spoilers for the Neon Dynasty Alchemy set release thing. And wait until you see the power creep on this one. In fact, that was the spoiler. You might as well just stop watching the video right now. It's format ruining OP crap. Honestly, they could exactly nail it. They won't, but they could. And say, we balanced it perfectly, and now these 8 decks are like equally likely to win. Look at this. We accomplished it, and I would still say, sorry, not interested. 1, too expensive. You got way too many rare wild cards, obviously. This pretty much the whole thing is rare wild cards. It's definitely a cash grab, and in my opinion, a borderline scam. And secondly, I don't want to play Magic at that level of power. And when I say power level, I don't mean power level, I mean synergy level. I mean deck power level, okay? I love big, powerful cards. It's fun. That's my favorite type of Magic. That's why I play Commander and Brawl and anything in between. You know why? It's chaotic, it's swingy, it's fun, it's unpredictable, and Singleton plays differently every time. So Perpetual and Summon and the random roll of the dice, zero skill, all luck crap. It's basically Hearthstone at this point. And speaking of basically Hearthstone basically lost all of their users. I should have been a rapper. And speaking of rap music, I'm going to keep this short. I'm going to try and split this in half, actually, because there's a lot to unpack with this, and there's quite a few cards. So first up, we got Combi of Transmutation. By the way, the first 6 spoilers were released like a couple days ago, so watch that first if you want the full pictures. So anyway, this is a 2/2 for 2 in white, rare, of course, and when it enters or leaves the battlefield, oh my gosh, Teleportation Circle. I don't even care what's next. You're just wrong. You're wrong. You shouldn't have printed this. But really, they should ban Teleportation Circle. But anyway, each permanent card in your hand perpetually becomes an artifact in addition to its other types, so that's almost a liability. This is pretty much for historic. And each permanent card in your hand perpetually becomes an enchantment. Okay, if you can pull both off, so in other words, Teleportation Circle, now you're running a Neo card. Okay, because there's a lot of cards that care about the total number of artifacts and enchantments. So for 2 and in white, and with Teleportation Circle, which is also an enchantment, neither one of which have legendary, I think this is an enormous mistake. Plus this plus Hallowed? Are you kidding me? Way too high of a power level. Next up, we got Inchblade Companion. It's a 1/1 for 1 artifact creature, white equipment insect. So, one of those. Equip creature gets +1/+1. It's reconfigure, so equip, dequip is 2. And then whenever Inchblade Companion becomes attached to a creature, create a token that's a copy of Inchblade Companion, except it doesn't have this ability. Now, if you're thinking, oh, okay, well, then I'll just pay for it again on this one, this ability triggers only once each turn. I actually kind of like this. This is kind of interesting. It's real hit or miss. Like, half these are like, what are they doing? Are they insane? And the other half are like, oh, this looks actually kind of fun. I mean, if you got 10 cards and 9 of them are fun and one of them is a toxic game-ruining mess, guess what? It takes 1 or 2 cards to ruin a format. By the way, this weak, slow piece of crap is a rare. This apparently merits a rare wild card. Next up, another rare, Fragment Reality. It's a 1-cost white instant. Exile target non-token artifact, creature, or enchantment. Its controller puts a random creature card with lesser mana value from their library onto the battlefield tapped. That could backfire. It's random. You don't know what they're running. This is a bad card with bad card design that relies on luck. Simple as that. Next up, Mythic, Cyber Siphoner. It's a 4-cost double blue 2/2 human ninja with flash, and this spell costs 2 less to cast if there are no instant or sorcery cards in your hand. But here's the thing, because it's digital, they don't make you prove it. It's just assessed by, the server. Not gonna lie, that's actually kind of useful. But, when it enters the battlefield, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. If Cyber Siphoner would die, shuffle it into your library instead. I do not like return, open-ended instant or sorcery from your graveyard to hand effects. I have a lot bigger problem with returning an unknown size creature to the battlefield for free directly from your graveyard, but, Torrential Gear Hulk, need I say more? Next up, Experimental Pilot. Is it just me, or did they give him the Harold Hide the Pain face? That he looks like he's faking it, and he's got, the weakest thumbs up ever. I mean, I guess that's the point. He's an experimental pilot. He's like, yeah, guys, cool job. While also like, oh my god, this is experimental. I'm going to die. That's awesome. So this is an uncommon. One of the few. It's a 1-cost blue 1/1 with Ward 2. Okay. And if you pay 1 blue and discard 2 cards, geez, draft a card from Experimental Pilot Spellbook. Experimental Pilot, cruise vehicles as though its power were 2 or 2 greater. Pardon me, not 2 or greater. So 3. So what are the cards on the Experimental Pilot list? Well, okay, there's Bosujai Pathlighter, and then there's Imperial Blade Master as well that have a spellbook. They're both huge. I think this is actually the shortest one, And his spellbook includes the following cards. And for speed, I'm not going to throw them up on screen, but Cultivator's Caravan, that's not even, like, legal in standard. Bomat's Bizarre Barge, okay. Raider's Carved Demolition Stomper, Futurist Sentinel, Mech Titan Core, hello, Reckoner Bankbuster, High Speed Hoverbike, Mindlink Max, Silent Submersible, Mobile Garrison, you gotta be kidding me, Untethered Express, Oval Chase Dragster, Daredevil Dragster, and Thundering Chariot. So it's a one-cost, out-of-deck, Swiss Army Mega Tutor that crews a bunch of crap from Kaladesh for 2 less. Does anybody see a problem with that? Holy crap, they have lost it. Nobody is going to touch Alchemy after this. In fact, they're just ruining Historic at this point, which Historic was ruined by existing. But okay, let me read what absolute miserable vitriol-spitting, hate-filled, hate-mongering douche and waste of space on this planet, Saffron Man Bun Olive, tweeted out today. Our YouTube audience has made it pretty clear that they don't really want Alchemy videos, but how do you feel about Alchemy cards in Historic videos? See, he's already moved on. He's like, well, if we're going to have a bunch of overpowered crap that works really weird and uniquely that people want to play with for a little bit, I guess the place to do it would be Historic because it's already ramped, off a cliff power-wise. Now, I wouldn't take anything he says about Magic seriously because he has proven that he has no idea what he's talking about. He's completely out of touch with the community. He's basically just a pro wannabe, not to mention just a really deranged person. He doesn't understand fun. He doesn't understand enjoyability. He just understands net decking and pro wannabe and just poser douchebags. That's his demographic. Oh, and weirdo lefties too. But when you make content and your community doesn't watch it and then the comments say, hey, stop making this content. Hard to misinterpret that. Nobody wants this. Nobody's stupid enough to think that this is anything other than a cash grab. And here's the funny thing, okay? Have you ever seen a mobile game where you're like, this monetization is so crap, what were they thinking, this is gonna fail? And then you come back like 6 months or a year later and you're like, how is this even bigger? It is possible. And I know you don't want to hear this, but remember, Arena got on mobile. #1 biggest demographic for mobile, China. I don't have an Arena demographic report. I could probably get a demographic report for it, maybe, one way or another. But generally the culture among city people in China, gotta point that out, and rich people especially, and poser fake rich people wannabes, is it's not about, I think this is a valuable purchase and I'm gonna make it. This is fair and totally worth my money. It's, I'm gonna pay to win because that shows I'm better than you. It shows I'm more successful and I'm rich, and it's the same as like buying a Lexus and driving it around. Or, well, okay, China, so Buick. Yeah, kind of weird, but that's the trend. So it's like, look at my fancy deck, I outspent you. Now here's the thing though, there's no chat, there's no social, there's no nothing, so where are they gonna go to brag? And wouldn't they just go buy the cosmetics? Wouldn't they buy fancy sleeves to show off if they want to, like, I don't know what, upload gameplay? It's not like they, 99% of them have access to YouTube. But this whole Arena mobile thing, this could all be not for us. It could be for hyper casuals, dumb people, people with poor impulse control that spend way too much on mobile games, and China and similar markets with show off brag culture, and they're just ignoring Americans, and just Americans could play paper and China can go play mobile. I don't know, that's a theory, I'm just throwing that out there. So all of this could be like, look at me, I can afford to buy the latest stuff, look at me, I bought the newest fanciest cards, look at me, my entire deck is rares. But like I said, who are they showing off to? I don't get it. But I'm not like the best at Chinese culture, I'm just kind of repeating what I heard from multiple sources. So anyway, next up we got Holographic Double. You gotta be kidding me. I don't even want to read this card. 1/1 for 1 blue creature illusion, rare, obviously, pay 1, blue. Exile holographic double from your hand, choose a creature card in your hand, conjure a duplicate of it in your hand. So it's companion, but worse. Now you can run 5 of, it's a buy one, get one free, it's that stupid angel where you can fetch another identical angel from outside the game. And that was a little OP unfair crap because it was a 4/3 flyer. People in the community did not respond well to that. Yeah, I don't like this. And it's like, it's a creature, but you're obviously not gonna, drop it into play. This is just stupid bad card design. It's just crap. Next up, Futurist Spell Thief. Once again, it's blue, it's in Alchemy, it's a rare, and it's called Futurist Spell Thief. I feel like I don't even have to read the card, but for your sake, I'm gonna do it. So, 3-cost 3/2 Moonfolk Wizard with Flash. Yowza. When it enters battlefield, conjure a duplicate. God, I love that. Copying, duplicating, and doubling. Always inherently fair. Conjure a duplicate of target spell in your hand. That spell perpetually gains. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast a spell. Why would you also need, like, I stole it from my opponent level of fixing in your own deck? Let me answer my own question. What's 3 cost blue and double blue in the cost? That's right, counter spells. Like cancel, dissipate, all of them. All the universals. Almost all of them across the board are double blue. So if you're running, blue-red, is it, spell spamming Storm Nightmare? Or, some hyper control 3-color, black, white, blue crap, you would want a duplicate of your cancel spell. But would you necessarily have 4 blue mana to, cast them both in the same turn? Probably not. I think that's what this is getting at, which means I hate it even more than I thought I did. Amazing. Next up, Semblance Scanner. Let me guess, it clones something. I see the word duplicate already, just looking between this and Audacity. Oh my gosh. But if you thought I'm being poetic, looking between the card in Windows Photo Viewer and the program Audacity, the software. Anyway, it's a artifact creature equipment shapeshifter. Just reading that makes me want to die. 3/1/3 cost blue artifact. I already said what it is. Oh god, it's a chameleon. Yeah, sure. Whenever a Semblance Scanner or equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, it's just all my favorite phrases in blue. If it's not a token, conjure a duplicate of it into your hand and then reconfigure one. Okay, that's like not the end of the world, but it's a free card. It's an automatic card, which means it's halfway between a tutor and a drawn card. It's not quite just handpicking what you want out of your deck, but also it's a free card, and it's a free card that's predictable. It's a 3/1. Now, you can keep cloning it over and over and over. I think they want games to be shorter. Anybody else notice that? So the Arena Specialty format, Alchemy, it's much higher power and much more like this single card builds up over time, anti-top decking, which, okay, cool. But I've got a theory. The 2-minute and 45-second timeouts that people can do? Change it to 10 seconds. If they can't get their damn turn done in 10 seconds, and then tack on 2 seconds for every turn that's passed. Or a half second for every permanent in play. It's just something you gotta stop giving people 20 seconds, tap a card. 20 seconds, play a card. 15 seconds, activate a trigger and choose a target. If they got rid of slow players, they wouldn't have to up the power level because they just would triple the speed of every game. Cut it by 2/3. But no, they can't do that. So, that was just the first 2 colors. I will cover the rest of these in tomorrow's videos. So watch for that, and I'll see you guys next time.